This video is sponsored by Copenhagen Grooming. Beard check. Beard check. Okay, look, it's 2023. We're not doing wave checks anymore. We're doing beard checks now. But before I reveal the beard, I just want to say this. Copenhagen Grooming is legit. If that's all you clicked on this video to find the answer to, then you have your answer. Copenhagen Grooming is legit, and I know this from first-hand experience. I have been using the beard growth kit for 150 days. That is 5 months of consistently using the Copenhagen Grooming beard growth kit. And as you are about to see, I have generated some relatively impressive results. That being said, this is what we're working with. Now look, I understand, okay? I'm not James Harden or Phil Kofer or any of these guys who have really crazy full beards. But you have to understand that I am genetically predisposed to not really being able to grow much facial hair at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't grow any facial hair until after I had already graduated high school. So I'm not working with the best genetics out there. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm working with relatively inferior beard growth genetics. That being said, Copenhagen Grooming has helped me maximize my inferior beard growth genetics. Now, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm just going to pick up where I left off in the last video, because as I'm filming this, it's October 22nd, 2023. No Shave November is coming up very soon, and I want you to be able to maximize it by following the Copenhagen Grooming beard growth kits formula. That being said, in this first picture, okay, you can see this was August 1st, 2023. This was maybe a week or two after I had filmed my previous beard growth journey video. And you can see I have some impressive beard growth gains. My beard was actually much longer back then than it is now. Much longer. And you can see it looks pretty healthy. My mustache looks full, my goatee looks full, my sideburns have grown in, and most importantly, my weak point, which is all of this. Hold on, let me take this mask off real quick. All of this right here had started to grow in sufficiently. And that was really important for me because prior to starting the beard growth journey with the Copenhagen Grooming beard growth kit, I didn't think it was possible for me to grow hair anywhere other than my sideburns, my mustache, and right here, and maybe a little bit right here on my cheek. Never grown anything here before, so you can see I had some very impressive gains. That being said, that's the side angle. From the front, it looked more like this. Okay, now this is a picture of me and my girlfriend, and this was taken August 14th, 2023, 2 days before she went back to the Netherlands. If you're watching this, I miss you a lot, and I can't wait to see you again. That being said, you can see from the front view, it doesn't really look as good. Okay, it doesn't look nearly as impressive, and it really wasn't until I took this picture with my girlfriend that I realized I need to do something about this, right? I need to find a way to maybe make it look more full, more voluminous, if you will, rather than making it look as long as possible. Because again, I have inferior beard growth genetics, and I need to find a way to maximize them without looking like a wolf, which is what my girlfriend told me. My girlfriend literally told me on multiple occasions that I look like a wolf. If this picture didn't convince me to do something about it, her saying that sure as hell did. Okay, maybe it was a combination of the two, but yeah, once I saw this picture, I knew I need to do something about this. I need to find a way to maybe clean this up a little bit because I like being clean. Okay, even though I'm growing a beard and I'm growing my hair, as you can see, I like being clean. Thus, the next picture. I took this picture August 19th, 2023. So that was 5 days later, a couple days after she left. And you can see it looks a lot more full, especially when you compare it to the last beard growth picture, which I had literally taken just a little over 2 weeks prior. It looks a lot fuller. Now, although I do believe some of that hair had grown in, it had actually filled in a little bit. That's not really a lot of time for a beard to fill in the way that it looks like it did during that time. What I realized was that you have to play on the power of contrast if you want your beard to look full, especially if you're the type of person who, like me, has inferior beard growth genetics and your beard grows in very patchy. Okay, I realized that I need to lessen the amount of contrast between the longer parts, such as my sideburns, and the shorter parts, such as right there in the middle of my cheek. And I'm going to show you how to do that later on in the video. I'm going to show you my whole entire beard growth or beard maintenance routine and how I keep my beard looking somewhat presentable. But right here, you can tell it looked a lot better. Much, much better. I didn't really do too much with my mustache or my chin. I did line them up a little bit, and as you'll see later on in the video, I messed that up. I messed that up quite a bit. But right here, August 19th, it was looking pretty good. It was looking pretty good, and I pretty much maintained that same general look or that same general philosophy with my beard maintenance for the next few weeks. As you can see, August 29th, okay, it looked pretty good. Still looking more voluminous than it was before, although it's gaining more length at this point. You can see the next picture, September 10th. This was probably the perfect balance of length and volume that I had reached. And everything was going good. Everything was going very, very well. My mustache was looking really nice. Okay, I'm looking forward to getting back to that very, very soon. And the next picture, September 23rd, 2023, it was looking good. Okay, everything was looking good. These next few weeks or that next month were really, really, really good. And then this happened. Now, before I even explain what happened to my beard, just look into my eyes. Look at my eyes in this picture. Okay, I was down abysmal, down atrocious, down bad, down horrendous, down despicable. I was whatever the opposite of feeling myself is. I was that. And I was that to the fullest possible extent that I could have been. So basically, as I said earlier, I line up my mustache, I line up my beard, because when you frame your beard, when you line it up, it makes it look more voluminous. When you can set defined edges for your beard and mustache, and also lessen the amount of contrast, it's going to look a lot fuller than it actually is. Or rather, it shows you how full it actually is. On this particular day, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and I'm not saying that this is her fault by any means, but on this particular day, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and we were talking about something. I don't remember what it was, but I was trying to talk while shaving my mustache, while trimming my mustache. Don't do that. Okay, do not do that. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but if you look at my mustache, you can see there's a pretty distinct gap. Basically, what happened was I was trying to line it up, and I guess my hands got a little twitchy, or I moved my mouth a little too much, and I basically put a slit right down the side of my mustache. And this was the type of thing that there was no coming back from, because I was using the trimmers, which essentially make whatever they touch go bald. So I basically, if you've ever seen somebody who has a slit in their eyebrows or a part in their hair, I had that in my mustache. Okay, I was the first person in human history to have a shaved part on the side of my mustache. And there was this moment of just instant regret, because this was September 24th, so I knew that in about a month, I'm going to need to film this video per the schedule of my sponsorship with Copenhagen Grooming. So initially, I was absolutely sick, as you can see by looking into my eyes in this picture, down abysmal. Now, this next picture I took a day later. You can see, obviously, nothing had really grown back by that point because it was only a day later. But basically, what I had to do to compensate was I had to lower my mustache, which meant that in turn, I had to lower everything else. Everything else had to go down. And although I wasn't baby-faced, I pretty much started over. More or less, I pretty much started over, and I kept going lower and lower because I kept messing up, and I just got so deep into my head that I basically ended up with this right here. And you can see in this picture, I look absolutely sick. Okay, it was still weighing very heavy on my conscience. Now, about a week later, October 3rd, I realized that this was a great opportunity. You can see the budding optimism in my eyes in this picture. I realized that this was an opportunity for me to see and show what Copenhagen Grooming is really made of. Because if I could mess my mustache and my beard up and then have it grow back in the next 30 days, that must mean that this product is very, very legit. And that's what I decided I was going to do. I decided I'm going to stick to the beard growth routine, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see if it can grow back in the next 30 days. So October 3rd, you can see there's a little bit of growth there. My mustache had gotten a little bit thicker. There was a little more connection between my mustache and my goatee on my chin. And the rest was a little slower to fill in, but it was filling in nonetheless. And I was grateful for any growth that I saw. The next week, October 9th, you can see it's filling in even more. My mustache is almost back to normal, or it was at least getting back to normal. And this right here is another picture from that same day, October 9th. I don't know why I'm looking into the camera like that. Okay, why I'm looking so seductively, like I'm posting this on Tinder or something. This is probably 99% men are going to watch this, the 1% of women being my girlfriend. Don't know why I'm looking at the camera like that, but nevertheless, this is just a different angle. You can see that things are starting to fill in a little bit more. I'm starting to regain some of that confidence, starting to regain some of those years on my age. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling myself. Now, after that, I think I forgot to take a picture for maybe that next week. And so this next picture is from this past Wednesday, which, let me look at my calendar real quick. That was October 18th. So this is as of October 18th, 9 days after that previous picture. And you can see there are some pretty good gains right there, okay? Pretty satisfactory gains. Pretty satisfactory gains. Once again, I'm not James Harden, I'm not Phil Kofer, I'm not any of these dudes who have these really, really amazing beards, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm better than I was a month prior. And you can see the last picture, I took this today prior to filming this video. This is October 22nd, and you can see most of it's grown back. Now, I definitely do need to trim my sideburns a little bit, which I'm going to show you later on in this video how to maintain your beard, or how I personally maintain my beard. And you can also see that my hair has gotten significantly longer. Okay, the hair growth video should be coming out sometime in the next month or so, give or take. Stay tuned for that. But you can see that I've made some pretty good beard growth gains, and as of today, as of October 22nd, 2023, I'm pretty happy with how my beard is looking. And once again, I have inferior beard growth genetics, and I pretty much had to start from scratch 30 days ago. So although I don't have the growth lengthwise that I should have had from 150 days of consistently using the Copenhagen beard growth kit, that is entirely my fault. That is entirely my fault, but once again, Copenhagen Grooming came in to save the day, and they were able to help me recover from that tragedy that took place on that day, on September 24th, 2023, a day that will live in infamy in my mind for the rest of my life. That being said, let me go ahead and show you exactly what I do for my beard. But actually, before I show you that, let me show you the Copenhagen Grooming beard maintenance kit. Okay, so I've used the beard growth kit, and I've shown you guys how to use that, but I haven't shown you how to use the beard maintenance kit, or at least what's in the beard maintenance kit. So the beard maintenance kit is pretty much this box right here, okay? Copenhagen Grooming, just like the beard growth kit. Now this right here is the only thing out of that box that I have actually used myself, and I'm gonna try to show you guys how I use it. So basically, you just comb your beard. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just comb your beard out. A lot of the length that you think that you don't have is simply trapped. Okay, it's waiting for you to comb it out. And it's also just a good practice for making your beard look presentable. And in addition to that, it's very important to comb your beard prior to trimming it, which I will show you how to do right now. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm gonna go ahead and comb that down. And once you do that, then you can go ahead and get your clippers, okay? Get your clippers. Your trimmers are gonna be used to line the beard up and to line the mustache up. The clippers are gonna be used to lower the mustache and even it out. Or to lower the beard and even it out, rather. So, in my case, I look at the hair that I have on my cheeks, which is the shorter hair, And I want to kind of match it to that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's generally the idea, is we want it to be as close to even as we can get it. So in this case, I'm going to favor maybe a 3 guard. So I have my guards right here. This is going to be completely subjective. So just because I'm using the 3 guard doesn't mean that you should use a 3 guard. And for me, I also have to be careful because usually I fade my beard into the side of my head, but since I'm growing my hair out, I can no longer do that because I'm fading it into hair and not just scalp. So it makes it a lot more difficult and a lot more tricky to fade it. So for me, I'm going to start with the highest possible guard so as not to mess my beard up. So I'm going to use the 3 guard with an open lever, okay? And I'm basically just going to go up. I'm just going to go up against the grain, and it's going to take some of that hair off. In this case, it's not really taking much of anything off because my hair is too short. It's too short to be using a 3 guard with an open lever. So I'm going to close the lever and go up against the grain. Okay, now I see a little bit of hair coming off, which is good. But I would almost reckon that maybe this is still a little bit too long. So for this case, okay, in this situation, I'm going to go down to 2 guard. I'm not going to make too big of a jump. I'm not going from a 3 to a half guard or anything crazy like that. I'm going to get my 2 guard and I'm going to put it on my clippers. Same thing, go with an open lever. Always start open and close it as you see fit. So 2, open guard, and then once I get to my hair, I'm kind of going to flick it out like this just to make it transition into my hair a little bit better, because again, I don't have a fade or anything like that. I'm just growing my hair out, so just want it to transition seamlessly into my hair. Okay, and this is probably about the length that we want it. Okay, we want it to be nice and low, but not too low. We still want there to be some length and some darkness, some volume there, but at the same time, we don't want there to be too much contrast. So we're going to use the 2 open lever going against the grain, just like this. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and put the 3 guard back on, because again, we want this right here, all of this, to be longer than the sides. This is what gives you that full beard look. Okay, you don't want the sides to be even with this. You want it to fade, to transition. So we're going to use a 3 guard, or let's say for example, if you used a 1 guard on the sides, you use a 2 guard. Or if you used a 3 guard on the sides, you use a 4 guard right here. Generally, just go a size up. Or it just depends on how much contrast you want. But for me, I go 1 guard up. So I'm going to do a 3 with the open lever. Once again, always start open. And you can see it's definitely taking some hair off. Definitely taking some hair off there. And we're just getting it to look nice, man, because it's just like with bodybuilding, for example. A lot of people, they think that just getting bigger will make them look good, but it's not just getting bigger, it's also fine-tuning your physique and making sure that the muscle insertions showcase that you are indeed in superior physical shape than you used to be. So just strike that balance between the length of your mustache and beard as well as the volume. And for me, I feel like I found the optimal balance until it fills in more. For now, I'm pretty much going to leave my mustache the way that it is, but I'm pretty satisfied with my beard and how it's looking. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you exactly how I line it up. Now, I already did this a couple of days ago, so there's not really much to line up, but let me go ahead and get away from the mirror and show you. Okay, let me show you exactly how I do this. So, zoom out a little bit. Now, generally speaking, okay, you want to line this up right here. So, you see there's a little gap right above my top lip. You don't want to make this gap too big, But you're going to turn your trimmers on. Again, I already did this, so there's no real need. But basically, you're just going to do that. Okay, just take off a little bit of hair, make sure that it's lined up. Then you're going to do the same thing on the top. So you're just going to line it up ever so slightly. And then once you finish that, you're going to frame it. So you're basically just going to line up the sides the same exact way that you lined up your mustache. And voila, you have a beard.